I'm writing this at a time when the world feels asleep, and I'm the only one awake inside my own chest. It's 3:12 a.m. I'm sitting on the cold floor of my living room, my back pressed against the couch, my phone glowing in my hands, my heart pounding so hard, it feels bruised from the inside. The apartment is quiet, too quiet, the kind of quiet that doesn't comfort you. It reminds you of everything you've lost. I keep thinking that if I don't let this out, if I keep swallowing it the way I have for months, something inside me is going to collapse and never come back. This is a throwaway account, because if anyone who knows me reads this, I don't think I can survive the looks, the pity, the soft voices saying, "I'm so sorry this happened to you." My name is Olivia Grant. I'm 31 years old, and less than a year ago, I had a fiancé, I had a best friend, I had a future I trusted. With my whole heart, now all I have is silence and memories that refuse to stop replaying. I met Sophie Miller when we were 16, two awkward girls sitting next to each other. In history class, she shared her notes with me. I shared my lunch with her. By the end of that year, we were inseparable. We grew up together. First heartbreaks, first apartments, late night conversations about who we wanted to be. She knew every insecure thought I ever had, every fear I never said out loud. She used to look at me and say, "No matter what happens, I've got you, always." And I believed her. I trusted her with parts of myself. I didn't even trust me with. I met Daniel 3 years ago, a friend of a friend. Quiet, gentle, the kind of man who listened instead of interrupting, the kind of man who remembered small things, like how I hated pickles and how I needed the TV on just to fall asleep. Sophie adored him from the start. She joked that I'd finally found husband material. She teased me when I overthought everything. She told me I deserved a love that felt safe. When Daniel proposed, it was Sophie who cried the hardest. He did it in our living room. Candles, soft music, my hands shaking over my mouth. Sophie was recording the whole thing, her voice cracking behind the camera. Afterward, she hugged me tight and whispered, "This is it. This is your happy ending." She became my maid of honor, helped me plan everything, venues, flowers, dates. She went dress shopping with me, held my hand in the fitting room, looked at me in the mirror and said, "You don't even look real. He's so lucky." I didn't know then that she was memorizing what it felt like to stand where I was standing. The changes were small at first. Daniel working late, Sophie stopping by more often. They laughed together a lot, shared jokes I didn't understand. I told myself I was paranoid, that love meant trust, that best friends didn't betray you. Then came the night that rewrote everything. Sophie texted me saying she wasn't okay, that she needed me, that she felt alone. I picked up dinner and drove over without thinking, because that's what best friends do. I unlocked her door and my body froze. Daniel was there, shoes off, jacket draped over a chair, standing like he belonged. Before I could ask a single question, Sophie smiled, not nervous, not ashamed, just calm. "We didn't know how to tell you," she said. Daniel wouldn't even look at me. Sophie reached for his hand, and then she said the words that still echo in my head every time I try to sleep, "We're in love." I laughed, not because it was funny, but because my brain refused to accept reality. I asked how long. 2 months. 2 months of whispered messages. 2 months of lies. 2 months where I was planning a wedding, while they were planning a life without me. I asked Daniel if he was ever going to tell me. He said, "We didn't want to hurt you." That was the exact moment. Something inside me went numb. I walked out without yelling, without crying. The tears waited until I was alone, until I was gripping the steering wheel, pulling over because I couldn't see through the shaking. Daniel moved out days later, left the ring on the counter like it meant nothing. Sophie sent long messages, Apologies wrapped in excuses. Love disguised as betrayal. One message ended with, "I hope one day you'll understand." I understood everything. They announced their engagement. 6 weeks later, smiling photos, comments full of hearts, and congratulations. People told me to be mature, to move on, to not make it awkward, as if my heartbreaking was an inconvenience. Their wedding is this fall, the same season mine was supposed to be, in the same city, with people who once promised. They loved me. I wasn't invited, but I was expected to be okay. Now I live alone. New place, new furniture. But the silence is loud. It presses against my chest at night, reminds me of everything I trusted and everything I lost. I don't miss Daniel anymore. I miss the girl I was before betrayal taught me how replaceable love can be. I miss believing that loyalty meant something, that years together actually mattered. So tell me, how do you rebuild yourself when the people who were supposed to protect your heart were the ones quietly tearing it apart? How do you learn to trust again when the hands you held for comfort were hiding the knife the entire time? Because right now, I'm not angry. I'm not screaming. I'm not begging for answers. I'm just tired of replaying moments that meant everything to me and realizing they meant nothing to them. Tired of waking up every morning with that split second of peace before my mind remembers who I lost and how some nights I sit in the dark, trying to remember the sound of my own laugh before it became forced, before it disappeared. The moment I was alone, I don't miss the wedding. I don't miss the ring. I don't even miss him. I miss feeling safe. I miss believing I was chosen, not replaced. I miss the version of myself who trusted without fear, who loved without hesitation, who believed loyalty was permanent. Now I measure people by how easily they leave, by how quickly they forget. And the hardest part isn't that they're happy together, it's that I'm standing still, holding the weight of a love that only existed on my side. So if you're reading this and wondering how I'm doing, I'm surviving. But every night, when the world goes quiet and there's no one left to pretend for, I'm still standing in the wreckage of a life I truly believed in, trying to breathe through the pain of knowing that the people I trusted the most walked away without ever looking back.